Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us to celebrate our class of 2020 graduates. These young men and women have put countless hours into serving the city of Coffee County and Douglas, and for that we are truly grateful. Again, I want to thank you and welcome you to the 2020 graduation ceremony.
Let's pray. Dear Lord, I want to thank you for giving us today and for all your many blessings. I want to thank you for the 2020 graduates and all the time and effort they've put in to help serve our community. I want to pray to bless them in all that they do in their life coming ahead. And thank you for today again, and in your name I pray, amen.
Good evening. This occasion is for celebrating our senior Mayor Youth Council members. We are honored to celebrate our 2020 graduates that have served our community. I have had the pleasure of working with these outstanding peers that I now call my friends. I have learned so much from each of you. Paulina, you have inspired me to work even harder that I too can be an honor graduate. Samantha, you have taught me how to be more outspoken. Candace, you have inspired me on how to become a young entrepreneur. Jessica, you have displayed the benefits of working hard. Tyran, I appreciate your kindness and your big heart making sure you help everyone. In conclusion, the City of Douglas thanks you, the Mayor and Youth Council thanks you, and I personally thank you for sharing your time, your skills, and your love for our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Addie, London, and Jaylene. Now I would like to welcome Kayla Bagley to introduce Judge Ian Sansot.
Hello and good evening. I'm Kayla Bagley, your Junior Mayor Pro Tem, and tonight I will be introducing a special guest. He was raised in Augusta and went to law school in Atlanta, where he said he got out of there as soon as he could. After graduating, he moved to Douglas and began practicing law. He is married to Mrs. Laura Lee Sansot, and they have one daughter, Maylee, who is 2. He has served as Coffee County's Assistant District Attorney for nearly 10 years, where he prosecutes felony cases which range from drug cases to murder cases. It is my pleasure to introduce our Assistant District Attorney, Mr. Ian Sansot.
Try to get this thing back on here. There we go. Good evening. First of all, congratulations to the 5 of you. I'm very, very proud of you. I have had the pleasure to get to know a few of y'all through the teen court process, where I've had the pleasure of serving as the judge. The first I found out about y'all's graduation, I think, was a Facebook post from Mayor Paul, congratulating each one of you. I think there's a post for each one of you. And my first thought was complete disappointment that I would not be seeing y'all around as much anymore because you're graduating and moving on to other things. You are some of the most intelligent, creative, and passionate people I have had a chance to meet, and I'm so proud of you. I'm going to confess to you, when teen court was first announced and they were trying to drum up support for it a few years ago, I think, I remember somebody handed me a brochure about it, talking about it, and I first read it. Okay, so teens are going to be the attorneys and the jurors and the bailiff and the clerk on actual cases. And I want to be honest with you, my first thought was, what is this? What in the world? But what sold me on it, you know, it was interesting, let's see what this is about, but what sold me on it was you guys. Those who stepped up to be the attorneys, to put yourself out there, to argue a case, to try to hold somebody accountable for what they've done, or to try to get the best result you can for a client if you happen to be representing somebody that day. that is what sold me on it. And I got a little taste, not too much, I don't see the behind the scenes stuff, but seeing some of these young men and women sit down with their clients, working through their case with them, trying to encourage them to do and to be better, figuring out what exactly went wrong. And that's what sold me on this. That's what I love. You know, I'm supposed to be giving words of encouragement here, but honestly, I'm not worried about any of y'all. You're gonna be fine. I assume most of y'all, I don't know what each of your plans are, maybe going off to college or whatever, and that's great. Go see what they know. And then please, the only thing I'd encourage you is don't write off coming back home. Please come back here. We will be much better to have you. Once again, I am so very proud of you. And to those of y'all that are new to the Mayor's Youth Council program, look forward to seeing y'all. I hope you decide to join in with Teen Court and join in that process. Whether or not you decide this is what you want to do or not, that's fine, but we'd love to have you. Look forward to getting to know some of y'all. Thank y'all. Again, congratulations.
Thank you, Caleb and Judge Ian Sansott, for those kind words towards our graduating seniors. At this time, I would like to welcome Amelia Crockett as she introduces our wonderful mayor, Tony Polk.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Amelia Crockett, and I'm the new junior mayor for the city of Douglas, of course. And tonight, I would like to welcome you all to the graduation for the 2019-2020 Mayor's Youth Council members and also Teen Court members. I would like to thank you all for coming out tonight and celebrating a wonderful accomplishment. But first, I would like to introduce to you a husband, a son, a father, and a 4-year term mayor of the city of Douglas, Mayor Tony Polk. Mayor Polk has accomplished great things in his lifetime in serving our city and country. He is now a retired Social Security administrator and a United States Army veteran, and he is the founder of the Mayor's Youth Council and Park Plaza. He is also responsible for providing the youth a platform to develop leadership and team building throughout Teen Court. I now introduce to you our Mayor, Tony Polk.
Good evening. How's everyone doing? To our new Mayor's Youth Council and our graduators, a graduating class, really wanted Teen Court and the Mayor's Youth Council to stand for something, to really mean something and give you some life experiences that we have to deal with life situations. Ms. Williams called me a couple weeks ago about a post that our junior mayor was upset about. That's life. That's life. And what I want to do with you now is I want to talk to you about something that's near and dear to my heart. And one of the things that I want you to learn as you move out into this world is you got to be willing to put yourself in a position to impact change. You got to have that vision. And if you've ever heard me speak before, I normally get pretty animated. Well, I just found out today I was going to be speaking. So I've had a lot of things on my mind, been weighing on my heart really heavily. You know, there's issues at the school board, there's issues over here, there's issues there. And right now is a remarkable time to be an American. And what I want to speak to you about is some of my personal experiences about what's going on today. So if you'll bear with me, I want to share some things with you. Racism is wrong, regardless of the color. I am 57 years old. I will always remember February the 5th, 1982. I will always remember February the 5th, 1982. The Ku Klux Klan was on Fort Polk, Louisiana. I was in the United States Army. This was the very first time I was exposed to racism. It was open and it was in my face. 4 police officers have pointed guns at me over my entire life. Each time I was speeding, after showing my military ID, I did not receive a ticket, which was cool. I've been pulled over on Highway 158, that's going to Waycross. And I've been face down on the side of the road. I was retired military. I was a federal employee, and I was the mayor of the city of Douglas. Yes, I was speeding. I was doing 58 in a 55-mile-an-hour zone. My friends, David Vickers, Chad Vickers, Principal James Sermons, and myself, we were pulled over on I-75 going to one of my beloved Coffee High Trojan football games. Yes, David was speeding. A K-9 unit blocked our path, and 5 other police units were behind us. David was laughing. Principal Sermons was visibly upset, and Chad was trying to take some medication, and an officer was choking Chad. I was trying to calm the situation down. Officers had their hands on their gun. I recognized a military symbol on one of the officers' uniform. That was my opportunity to calm the situation down. At the conclusion, the officer said that he smelled marijuana in the car. Of course, David started laughing again. The officer said new car rugs smell like marijuana. And David started laughing again. Finally, shortly, let me say right here, most of the time when your name appears in the paper, you hold it as an heirloom. It was a really good thing. I actually hate this paper. I really hate this paper. It is dated January the 16th, 2004. The reason why I hate this paper is the next example. Finally, shortly after being elected as the first African American of African descent to the office of mayor, I was detained at a local retailer store for shoplifting because I fit the profile. This is the part where I really need you to pay attention. These situations did not harden me. These situations did not make me bitter. These situations did not make me want to seek revenge. The situations did not make me hate law enforcement. Yes, I was angry at first. Yes, I was really angry. But the situations motivated me to seek a peaceful manner and to make it better. And why do I hate this paper? Because at the time that I was detained for shoplifting, I was a pretty big deal. I was 40 years old. I was the first African American. My picture was on the front page. Everybody knew who I was, but yet I was detained for shoplifting. Sometimes your past experiences shape you to be bitter, to be hateful, spiteful, revengeful, evil, and unwilling to compromise in any situation. Excuse me. I did not find a group of people that shared that point of view. Actually, I ran from all the aforementioned groups. That group of people could be your family, your friends, your church members, your co-workers, and even sometimes community leaders. Or you can prepare yourself to be kind-hearted. approachable, understanding, and a person that thinks rationally. In life, I want you to look for the ors of the world. Or means there's an alternative solution. Or means there's another choice on the table. Or means I do not have to accept the first choice. Or is just a two-letter word, but having an opportunity to get to that or can make the world a better place. Last year, the day of the Christmas tree lighting ceremony, you will find out that I really love that tree down there. So last year at the Christmas tree lighting ceremony, I received an invitation to attend Citizens Christians Academy basketball game. I told Brooke Waldron, he's the DJ, that I had to attend the tree lighting ceremony, but I would attend the game in the very near future. Later that night, my wife put the entire Coffee High Trojans, the CCA Patriots, and the South Georgia State College Hawks basketball team on my calendar. I attended a CCA game and had a fantastic time. A few weeks later, I met with the leadership team of CCA and introduced Wynetta Boulder, Denitra Williams, the Mayor's Youth Council, and Teen Court to CCA. In order for our community to get where it needs to be, it will take a Billy Waldron and a Tony Polk to recognize an issue or a situation and have the commitment and the courage to move forward. Billy Waldron said, CCA is changing for the better. We want to change, we're ready to change, and I need your help. Billy Waldron was challenged with an or during this time period. His life experiences did not harden him. Stay the same or let's change and be a part of the community. Also, Tony Polk was challenged with an or during this same time period. As a child, I always was told negative things about CCA. But Billy Waldron was at an or in his life, and I was too. Believe what I was told as a child, or believe I could make a meaningful impact. My response was simple to Billy. I'm ready. Tonight, you are here because two men met at or and did not accept the first option. You are here because two men wanted better. You are here tonight because you are the byproduct of or. You are the byproduct of or. I challenge you to look for the ors in your life. Take the hard side of or and change the world. I never imagined the Coffee High Trojans, Citizens Christians Academy Patriots, and the Douglas Coffee County Parks and Recreation would be at a banquet celebrating each other and celebrating together. Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall said, each of you as an individual must pick your own goals, listen to others, but do not be a blind follower. If you become a blind follower, you will never get to the ors in life. Our community, our state, and our country are always at that or every day. In a few years, these ores are going to be yours. They are going to be yours. And the question is, what are you gonna do when those ores belong to you? What are you gonna do? We gonna keep things the same, or we gonna talk about this? Or we're gonna continue down this road, or we're gonna create a new path? Are we gonna let our children continue to be hungry, or we're gonna do something about it? Are we gonna continue to let the high school dropout rate be high, or we're gonna do something about it? Please be prepared, because the other side of ore is equally equipped to defend that side of ore. I am supremely confident that when you arrive at your ores in life, I can rest easy. Because I know for a fact you put in the time, you put in the energy, and you Google everything to get to that other side of ore. And I want you to understand, the ores in my life are coming to an end. And it's your turn. It's your turn. How are we going to shape this city? How are we going to shape this state? How are we going to shape this country? How are we going to do that? We can't do it as individuals. We just can't. It takes everybody. And I want you to remember this right here as I get ready to take my seat. The next time the Olympics are on TV, make sure, I don't care if you have to record it, make sure you look at the opening games, that opening ceremony, when all the countries on God's earth file in. The Russians will come in, they all look alike. The Chinese will come in, they all look alike. Another country will come in, they all look alike. But when the United States of America comes in, we're all over the place. We are all over the place. We represent every country on God's earth. That's who we are. We're nobody else. We just a bunch of misfits trying to keep an idea alive. Most democracies fail after 200 years. We're at about 228. We're 3 decades overdue for failure. We're overdue for failure. But guess what? The generation before me, when they arrived at that ore, they kept it going. My generation arrived at that ore and we kept it going. Now it's your turn. It's your turn to go out there and stand up and take on the challenge of ore. Or, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna continue to survive, or are we going to perish? That's a monumental task to be put on your shoulders. But guess what? Each generation got better. I just hope to see the day that when y'all are in leadership roles and you get to be impactful on your community. So, last thing, this group here will always be special to me. You know why? Because in the heat of battle during our meetings as mayor and council, I was getting spiked around. And they say, well, why you don't ever say anything? I'm their ore. I'm their ore. And I'm gonna be your ore. I don't get to act a certain way. I don't get to say what's on my mind because I'm your ore. And one of the meetings I attended, I'm very jovial. These yahoos over here, I was having fun. And this is what one of them said. Mayor Paul, this is the junior council meeting. We're very professional and respectful here. Like, what are y'all talking about? You know, your meetings, y'all get a little out of, you need to go on and sit down somewhere. You know, we're professionals here. But what did that tell me? You're watching. And I had to be your oar. Because if I get upset, if I get irate, you don't have an oar. You don't have another choice. And I'm going to be your oar. Because we have to have a better choice. So, it's party time. When the yellow school buses start running again, mama gonna tell you, you got to get out the house, you're going to college, technical college, getting a job, or you're going in the military. Them basically the same four choices I had in 1981. So hopefully everybody is prepared. Remember that oar. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you, Amelia and Mayor Tony Polk, for your motivational story that you have shared. At this time, I would like to invite Ms. Juanetta Boulder and Ms. Denitra Williams to present the presentation, followed by Mia Batten with an encouraging poem, Ms. Denitra Williams presenting the video presentation, and Will Waldron with the appreciation and dismissal.
Good evening, everyone. While Ms. Denitra is trying to get this PowerPoint together, I'm going to ask for some help with the presentations. First of all, I would like to say, share a quote that I really love, and it's by Maya Angelou. And it says, "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." And I want to tell this group of young people, the five, that I appreciate everything you've done. You've allowed me to grow, because I don't do children like that. And they have been challenging. So I want you to know that I appreciate you all. I'm looking for greater, because I know that if you made a change in just me, I can only imagine what you're going to do for the rest of the world. So I encourage you to continue to go higher and do the best that you can be, because the best is yet to come. I'm going to ask now to assist me with presenting them with a little token. I'm going to ask for Jessica Williams. She's with our Fly Girls First Love Yourself mentoring program. I'm going to ask for Mike Bazell with the AIM program, Ambitious Young Men. I'm going to ask for Mayor Polk to please come forth, and for Ian Sansott to come forth. Okay, I've asked each one of them to come forth because they've had a connection with each one of these young people. And the first one that we're going to honor is Samantha Martin. She was our 2019 mayor of the Mayor's Youth Council. She's going to take a picture.
This young lady here is amazing. She outran somebody. What are we talking about? I'm just saying you outran somebody. That's all I'm saying. Beat it bad, too.
Samantha Martin. I'm going to ask for the person with the two names, Paulina Anna Escobar, to come forth.
How many of them things you got on, girl?
Couple more.
And she will be receiving something for teen court as well as mayor youth council. She was our mayor pro tem. Also, she was one of our attorneys for our teen court. Jessica Suarez.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
She's not only was our with our youth council, but not only was that, I'm very proud of this young lady. She started out as being one of our first people in for teen court, and she decided that she was going to make herself do better, and not only did she come through teen court, but she became a part of teen court, and she became one of our mayor's youth council, and I'm so proud of her. And she also was a part of Fly Girls First Love Yourself with Miss Jessica. Tyran Wilson. He was also our bailiff for the teen court, and then he became one of the mayor's youth council.
And he came in second place.
And I will be presenting Candace Pace, my girl. Congratulations to each of you, and now we will do another presentation. We're going to present to our younger group, Amelia Crockett. Would you please come forth? Not only did Amelia serve as one of our attorneys for teen court, she also was a part of the Mayor's Youth Council last year. Our next person was Jaylene Devereaux. She also was a part of the Mayor's Youth Council and Teen Court as one of our jurors. Ashton Ates, he's not here tonight, but he also was a part of the Mayor's Youth Council. And then I have Angelique Jackson, known as Angel Jackson, and she also was a part of Mayor's Youth Council and our teen court. Let's give all our young people a round of applause, please. And now we will have Mia Batten to do an encouraging poem.
Good evening, everyone. A celebration, a time for looking back on lessons learned, adventures shared, bright moments filled with special meaning. A farewell, a time for saying goodbye to old friends, to good times you've known. A time for packing away memories, treasures for tomorrow. A beginning, a time for looking forward, a time to set new goals, to dream new dreams and new wings to see what lies beyond you. I wish you the best. Congratulations. Thank you.
You remember just shortly our mayor spoke of the or moment. Well, sometimes things don't go as planned, and you have what we call technical difficulties. We are having such today, but I'm going to use this as an or moment, because although this video was a caption of you all over the years, I want to let each of you know what you represent to me. You may have heard the story that the mayor have shared, that this all started as far as my involvement at one of those chat and choose. I decided with all this extra time, because if you understand, my baby is in college. So I was now home with a whole bunch of time, and all my babies gone, the empty nester. I never knew that I would have the pleasure, the blessing of a whole new set of babies. And I know before y'all look at me, because every time I say babies, y'all look at me like that, but to me, in my heart, you are babies. I know y'all are young adults. I get it. My daughter says the same thing, but I get it. But to me, the mayor and Ms. Juanetta, you are our babies. And now we got a whole new set of babies. And between the mayor's youth council and teen court, they just keep coming and keep coming. And each time that I think maybe my work on this side is over, I get a new baby. And I thank you, parents, because you shared your little ones or your big ones or your young adults with us and allowed us to extend into your family and help to mold them, help to nurture them, and help to support them to be not only the leaders of tomorrow, but the leaders of today. And with that, I am so grateful. Thank you, parents. And for you young ladies and young gentlemen, thank you for all the calls, all the conversations. You've kept me young. I've learned Twitter. No, but what I have done, and the mayor may not agree, but I have improved my picture taking skills. I really am. I know how to make the screen bigger. I know how to hit it without it going back to my security screen. I have improved. And I thank you all for that. Although y'all gave me the looks, that was okay because I was learning. But I've learned so much from you all. And I am so grateful for the time spent with you all. It is not over. Y'all still can call Miss Denitra. Y'all know I'm up to what? All night, always. So feel free to continue. We're still there for you all as you enter into your new part of life. Do know you still have the support of the mayor, Ms. Juanetta, and myself, as well as the city of Douglas. And we look forward to whatever you all do and accomplish to come back and share that knowledge and that skill to make city of Douglas even better and brighter. Thank you.
Before we end, I do want to say that we did, the City of Douglas has presented each graduate with some goodies and some things that I know you're going to like, because I like you. So I'm going to ask that when we dismiss, if our graduates would please go to that table, and the family will also join them. And we have a photographer, Miss Christian, and she has a backdrop. She's back there, so if you want to take pictures with her and your family, She's available for you, along with this group here. I done learned they like pictures too. So if they want to do pictures, they're welcome to do pictures. Just let her know and kind of stay. We want to kind of still stay a little space within everyone. So I'm now going to present Mr. Will, who I've given a new name for, Chill Will. Come on up.
In closing, first off, I would like to thank Mayor Paul for giving me the opportunity to serve on this council. Also, I would like to thank you all for coming out tonight to witness the graduation ceremony. I'd like to take this time to thank all your families. Thank you for supporting your children and encouraging the graduates to make a difference in our community. Also, I'd like to thank the graduates. This is a very tall task and it's very time consuming. And you have to make a sacrifice when you assume this responsibility. And for that, we thank you. The city of Douglas is great and better today because of your service. Thank you, graduates. Y'all are dismissed to go to your table.